Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle and this is Murder Mystery Monday. For today's mystery recommendation, I want to share A Test of Wills by Charles Todd. This is the first in the Ian Rutledge series that takes place immediately following World War I in England. This book was published in 1996, and this series is one of my favorite historical mystery series, so I'm really excited to be talking about this book today. A Test of Wills is one of the 20th century's 100 favorite mysteries that was compiled by the Independent Mystery Booksellers Association in the year 2000. It is also a New York Times Notable Book of the Year, a Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year, and it was nominated for the Edgar, the Anthony, and the John Creasy Awards. And rightly so. It's worth all of the accolades that it receives. This is a series that has 23 books in it now, with the 24th slated to come out in 2022. Charles Todd is a mother-son writing team, and they've done a phenomenal job with this series. It is very sad. The mother of that writing team recently passed away, but I really hope that her son continues writing in this series. So let me read for you from the back. The Great War has been won, but victory has its price. The year is 1919, and Ian Rutledge has returned to London to resume his position as Scotland Yard Inspector, bringing nightmares and ghosts home with him from the French battlefields. Tormented and suffering from shell shock, he is immediately plunged into the affair of a popular colonel believed murdered by a decorated war hero, a case that is a personal and political minefield that could destroy Rutledge's career and what remains of his sanity. So one of the reasons why I love this series so much is this main character of Ian Rutledge. He is such a fascinating character. He is so complicated, and the fact that he is coming back from the war so broken and yet still wants to be a detective for Scotland Yard and solve mysteries. He's such a fascinating character. I really, really like him. The other reason why I love this book and this series is the time period immediately following World War I is such a great time period, and there are so many things that add to the atmosphere and the enjoyment of this book. They're well written with really good mysteries. So I want to read to you from the very beginning of A Test of Wills. In this quiet part of Warwickshire, death came as frequently as it did anywhere else in England. No stranger to the inhabitants of towns, villages, or countryside. Sons and fathers had died in the Great War. The terrible influenza epidemic had scythed the county. Man, woman, and child. Just as it had cut down much of Europe, and murder was not unheard of even here in Upper Streatham. But one fine June morning, as the early mists rose lazily in the warm sunlight like wraiths in no hurry to be gone, Colonel Harris was killed in cold blood in a meadow fringed with buttercups and cowslips, and his last coherent thought was anger. Savage, wild, black fury ripped through him in one stark instant of realization before oblivion swept it all away, and his body, rigid with it, survived the shotgun blast long enough to dig spurs into the mare's flanks while his hands clenched the reins in a muscular spasm as strong as iron. So today's recommendation for Murder Mystery Monday is A Test of Wills by Charles Todd. Have you read this series? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye.